Now, a Rutherford weather storm alert.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We are popping on here because of a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here for Rutherford County. And this severe thunderstorm warning is going to include North Rutherford County from, say, around Florence, just around the 840 interchange on Highway 41, all the way into Smyrna and Laverne. So I've got this area highlighted here for you. It's in this green. And we back out just a smidge, and you will see that there's really nothing between here and Dixon. So this warning goes until 3. So we've got another hour and 4 minutes or so on this particular warning. So this severe thunderstorm until 3 o'clock, storm from Springfield down through Dixon and White Bluff, 60-mile-an-hour winds and nickel-size hail possible with the storm. This storm is moving at 50 miles an hour. So if we take the storm system out here, do a little track here for you. We'll get things all set up here in just a second. I'm going to track in this direction and get things to cooperate here. Let me check one more time here to make sure I've got the proper speed. East at 50. So you think about driving the interstate, you're going, what, 70? Some of you. Let's take this at 50 miles an hour. Try to get it into Rutherford County here. So we've got just a little bit of time here, but looks like Rocky Fork, 38 minutes, Laverne, 38 minutes, Smyrna, 41 minutes, Rural Hill, 41 minutes, Little Hope, 43. Don't know that it's going to get into the southern portion of Rutherford County or not. So we'll just have to see if that is going to work in that fashion or not. Okay? So give me just a quick second, and we're going to check in with our meteorologist here for this. Trying to connect here. All right. Let's go to our weatherology meteorologist with an update on the severe thunderstorm warning until 3 o'clock for Rutherford County.
Right. This is a severe thunderstorm, including the very northern part of Rutherford County, just north of Murfreesboro. And this is for a storm right now located just west of the city of Nashville, making its way to the east, moving quickly right now at about 50 miles an hour. And this is the southern end of a group of storms extending across north central Tennessee and into south central Kentucky, with this storm capable of producing damaging gusts of wind up to 60 miles an hour, as well as half-dollar-sized hail, which combined can do damage to siding and roofing, bring down smaller trees, as well as branches down off of larger trees. And this can do damage to siding and roofing, with that larger hail having the potential to damage vehicles that are left outside. So if you're in Smyrna or if you're in Walker Hill, you need to be in a sturdy building and away from windows as the storm continues to make its way into and through the area. But again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning, including the northern part of Rutherford County until 3 p.m. From Weatherology, I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan.
Thank you, Patrick, for the update. And we are going to track this on out here just a bit. Once again, get another track on this severe thunderstorm. And we are looking for, about 38 to 40 minutes or so. Smyrna, 42 minutes in that area. So what we will do is we will leave the radar up here, continue to watch this. We'll pop on with warnings or warning updates. You can see that this storm has had a history of 1.25 inch hail, which that is pretty good size. It's just above quarter size. So maybe some quarter size hail. Here's a report of 1.5 inches, which would be ping pong size hail. I think maybe this is from the radar, so probably not that large as it falls. All right, so just to get our bearings, I'm going to circle Rutherford County here. That way you know where things are and where we're looking. Going to also bring up the courthouse, or not courthouse, but the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. Let me do it a different way here for us. So there is the shot from atop the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. This is looking back to the east, so we're not going to really see things the other way, okay? Going to continue to watch this storm as it makes its way to the east. So stay with us here. We're going to continue to follow. We've got an hour for this warning here, and we'll see if it's extended, carries on through Rutherford County, or if this is just going to nip the corner, northwestern corner of the county. All right, hang in there with us. We'll continue to keep you updated here on Rutherford Weather. Stay with us, and we've got we'll keep the radar up. We're going to jump on as soon as we have more information to pass along. Severe thunderstorm warning until 3. All right, we're going to check in here with weatherology meteorologist to get an update on the severe thunderstorm warning that continues here for Rutherford County until 3 p.m.
Right. This is a group of storms right now making its way through the city of Nashville as it makes its way to the east right now, moving still very quickly at about 50 miles an hour. Now, this is a group of storms capable of producing mainly damaging gusts of wind up to 60 miles an hour, but there's also the chance for some larger hail embedded within these storms as they continue to make their way into our area. They'll be making their way into the very northwestern part of Rutherford County, into towns such as Laverne and Smyrna here within the next 20 or so minutes, and then moving into Walter Hill. So if you are in Smyrna, if you're in Laverne or Walter Hill, you need to be in a sturdy building and away from windows, as this wind is capable of bringing down some smaller trees, bringing down branches off of larger trees, as well as doing damage to siding and roofing. And if that hail continues to develop, there is the chance for this hail to do damage to vehicles left outside. So again, if you're in Laverne, Smyrna, Walter Hill, get into a sturdy building and away from windows, as again, that is a very quick moving line of storms. That is a severe thunderstorm warning continuing until 3. That includes much of northern Rutherford County. From Weatherology, I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan.
Thank you, Patrick. And yeah, we're closely watching that storm out to the west up in the Nashville area. We'll continue to follow this on Rutherford Weather here as well. So be sure to stay tuned. We're going to continue to track this storm, and times, in the next half an hour or so, starting to affect portions of North Rutherford County, and we'll continue it on through the county. This does look like it's going to clip the far northwestern or the far northern part of Rutherford County. This warning may get extended past the 3 o'clock time frame, and we are seeing that this storm does have some reports of hail. So I want to make sure that we take this seriously here, this hail threat with this, and not only that, but the damaging straight line winds. We'll take a look here at some of our wind product as well. And yeah, we are seeing winds aloft, or winds. Looks like that we're going to have winds probably around the 60 mile an hour range with this, which is what it's warned for. Also keeping an eye on this little appendage here. Looks like it may start, like it's beginning to get some spin going here. So we'll have to watch this storm carefully. But this is the storm that will affect North Rutherford County here, okay? Not sure if it will get, let me just put it like right here. So expecting somewhere in this area to get the damaging straight line winds, possibility of hail. Yeah, it looks like it's moving just due east. And again, 50 miles an hour. So just think you're driving your car 50 miles an hour on a straight road. And so it won't be too long before it gets here. Wind is picking up at the sheriff's office, as we can see as well. All right, stay with Rutherford Weather. We're going to continue to track this severe thunderstorm, and just understand that this is only round one. We've got more storms coming in tonight during the late night or early morning time frame. Stay with Rutherford Weather as we track the severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Rutherford County until 3 p.m. Checking in with weatherology meteorologist Patrick McMillan on the severe thunderstorm warning that continues here for the county. And Patrick, also noticed that they have extended the tornado watch until 6 o'clock this evening, so something we'll have to watch for.
Right, and we'll start off with the severe thunderstorm warning. This is a storm making its way quickly to the east at 50 miles an hour, making its way across or starting to make its way into the northern parts of Rutherford County, around the town of Laverne. Then it'll be moving through Smyrna and Walter Hill. So if you're in these towns, you want to be in a sturdy building and away from windows, with the storm capable of producing damaging gusts of wind up to 60 miles an hour. And again, there is the chance for some larger hail within this storm, though at the moment it looks to be mainly a wind threat, capable of bringing down smaller trees as well as doing damage to siding and roofing. Branches could be brought down off of larger trees. And if we do see a continued development of these storms, we could also see that hail really start to kick back into gear. And if that were to be the case, we could see damage to vehicles. But again, right now, this is mainly a wind threat, as it's going to be making its way again quickly through the northern part of Rutherford County. Now, on that tornado watch, this is an environment today that is obviously conducive to tornado genesis. And there is one storm right now making its way. This is far out from our area at the moment, in the western part of Williamson County, making its way again quickly to the east. And while this is currently only severe warned, with the threat of tornadoes throughout the day and the shape that the storm has been taking, it is something to keep an eye on as it continues to the east towards the western part of Rutherford County here within the next 45 minutes to an hour. But again, for right now, it is just that severe thunderstorm warning in the northern part of Rutherford County, lasting until 3 p.m. From Weatherology, I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan.
Thank you, Patrick, for the update. And we are getting some reports on that particular storm that he was just mentioning there from the National Weather Service. NextRad radar is putting down some really huge hail sizes, but from what we see from our friends at the National Weather Service, looks like maybe 1 inch hail with that. That's quarter size hail. And those lots of smaller hail sizes, dime to nickel as well. But that's not the part of the storm that we're looking at right at this moment. It's this part of the storm that is pushing in to the Laverne and Smyrna area. But we are likely to have to contend with even more as this storm continues to push this way. So stay with us. I would think that we're probably going to be under an additional warning here in just a few, because this warning, or the storms that are back here that we just talked about, this one, the one that's going through Nashville, all of this is going to have to push through eventually. And so we'll see how far south it gets. We'll see if this strongest part of the storm that is putting down some hail right now, 1 inch hail reported with that, we'll see how all of that kind of comes through. Okay, so hang in. We'll get through this particular part of the system, of course, and then we've got, an evening to be weather aware. So we'll just be very careful and vigilant with that, and we'll make sure that all of the information is passed along as we can. So again, just to mention, yeah, that's much bigger than nickel size, some of the hail reports that we're seeing. So we're looking at maybe nickel size hail with that part of the storm. We'll have to deal with that just a bit. Not right now, okay? Right now it's northwestern Rutherford County, Smyrna, Laverne, down toward Walter Hill School eventually, Wilson Elementary, the Richard Siegel Complex, Roselawn Funeral Home and Memorial Gardens. If you know where that is, that's on the very edge of this warning. But again, more will have to come through back here from Franklin to Dixon and Bon Aqua. And what Patrick was mentioning, it's this part of the storm that has just an interesting feature. This storm is being fed lots of wind here in this direction. That's called a hook echo and a notch, and that's the warm air that's feeding up into that that's causing this particular cell to grow. So we'll keep an eye out. Stay with us here. We're going to keep things rolling here on Rutherford Weather, and we'll keep you updated on everything as we go along. More updates as they're needed here, and we'll keep the radar going. We'll stay with you here through this severe thunderstorm. Again, a tornado watch in effect until 6 p.m. this evening. Probably not the last time we're under a tornado watch today. Just kind of be prepared for that. We're in this for the long haul. track the severe weather that is moving through the area. Radio partners joining. So that is for the top of the hour. So a severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued. This is going to be for some of the same areas, okay? North Rutherford County, Smyrna, Laverne. This is for golf ball size hail. This storm carries a considerable tag with it. We'll go over the details here in just a quick second. We'll have more coming up here in just a second. Waiting for radio to try to rejoin here. That's a look at downtown Murfreesboro, looking into the area where those storms are. Brian Barrett here with Rutherford Weather as we continue to track the severe thunderstorms here going on here in the county. Severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Rutherford County. So the first warning expired. That was for the very far northwestern portion of the county, and now this one is an even smaller area of the county. So we're talking about Smyrna High School up to David Urey Elementary, Lee Victory Parkway, the Motlow campus, Veterans Memorial Park, Laverne Middle School, all of Laverne pretty much, even out toward Rock Springs, Walnut Ridge, Stone Ridge, TriStar, Stonecrest Medical Center, just to give you some of the landmarks here, even over to the Nissan Assembly Plant. This severe thunderstorm carries a considerable tag with it. And the reason for that, damage threat considerable, is it is being warned for golf ball size hail. That is the primary impact. 60 mile an hour winds, yes. So we could have some damaging straight line winds. But the hail is the big story with this huge storm that's going to come through here. Looking at some of the storm reports, we're getting lots of golf ball size hail reports now with this storm. Let's see. Someone at 840 mile marker 10, La Prim Springs Exchange, or exit rather, Williamson County. So that's kind of where this is now. We've had lots of reports of 1 inch hail with this, which would be the size of quarters. So we're talking about between quarter and golf ball size hail. Now that doesn't mean that every hailstone that falls is the size of golf balls, but that's the largest, okay? Coming into our shot here from top the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, for those watching on the Rutherford Weather Channel, you can see the lowering clouds that are coming in with the storm. This camera is looking off to the east-northeast. But this particular camera not pointed directly at the storms as they are beginning to come through. Let's see if we can take a camera here. This is in the Medical Center Parkway area, I think. So you can see the lowering clouds pushing in. And that's a look at the Rutherford County Courthouse downtown. Can certainly see off to the northwest the storm coming in. So as we continue to look here at radar, right now not a lot going on. You are experiencing some downpours up toward Lake Forest Park, Four Corners Marina, even down to the Smyrna Airport, Laverne High School, so along Sam Ridley Parkway. But that's just a prelude to what we expect to come through. Let's stop this. So hail core right now, Franklin, going right through the downtown Franklin area, even back up toward Kingfield. Let's find 840 in here somewhere. .840 is going to be further south. So this looks like it's going to go south of 840 at 65. Where it went across 840 was as 840 kind of begins its crawl to the northwest to meet up on the other side of I-40 in Dixon. The reason we're talking about that, I'm just trying to gauge, 840 cuts through and goes from, Blackman past Veterans Parkway on into Williamson County. But it kind of takes a very northerly route to get up to Interstate 40. So we will have some of those areas experience the hail. Track this out here for you a bit. Make sure I get the movement correct. East at 35, so it's moving a bit slower than the other portion of the storm. We're going to do this from that hail core here, okay? It's moving east. I'm going to carry it all the way through the county, 35 miles an hour. And here are some times here for us. Nolensville in 18 minutes. Nolensville is fairly close. Rocky Fork, 26 minutes. Amaville, 28. Smyrna, 32 minutes. Blackman, 35 minutes. Florence, 38 minutes. Jefferson Springs, 39 minutes. Leanna, 41 minutes. Mona, 42 minutes. Murfreesboro, 44. Walter Hill, 47. Silver Hill, 48. Compton, 51. Las Casas, in just a touch less than an hour from now. That's if this continues its same motion through the county. The storm right now in the heart of Williamson County. Getting a lot of messages coming in from to the National Weather Service. And this hail is easily 1.5 inches. Some ping pong size hail even being reported now too. So that would be our 1.5 inch hail. So it looks like anywhere from 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches ping pong to golf ball size hail is what's being reported with this now. Severe thunderstorm warning continues. the very, very northwestern portion of the county here for another 37 minutes. Let me give you the locations again, and we're going to get this update. Checking in with weatherology meteorologist Patrick McMillan to get an update on the severe thunderstorm warning that continues for Rutherford County for roughly another 36 minutes. Patrick?
Severe thunderstorm warning continuing until 3:45, which includes southern Davidson as well as northwestern Rutherford and northern Williamson counties. This is actually now for that storm that is in Williamson County, making its way right now to the east, moving at about 30 miles an hour, so slightly slower than that group of storms that we had that warning for just a few minutes ago. Now, this storm is capable of producing still damaging gusts to wind up to 60 miles an hour, as well as large hail, anywhere from golf ball size, potentially up to tennis ball sized hail within the larger part of the storm. And it'll be making its way towards the west central part of Rutherford County. Right now, Smyrna, you're in the warning area for the storm. So Laverne, Smyrna, you need to be in a sturdy building and away from windows, as the storm is capable of bringing down some smaller trees, bringing down branches off of larger trees and doing damage to siding and roofing. With that larger hail, certainly capable of damaging vehicles left outside and potentially injuring you if you're outside. So again, Laverne, Smyrna, get into a sturdy building and away from windows. But there is the chance that this storm could continue to move mainly to the east and skirt the southern end of that warning area, going into areas such as along I-840 as it continues to make its way to the east towards Murfreesboro. So right now, this is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3:45 for southern Davidson, northwestern Rutherford, and northern Williamson counties. And with that tornado watch in effect, this is certainly something that we cannot rule out the storm to continue to develop and potentially produce a tornado. But again, right now, this is just a severe thunderstorm warning. From Weatherology, I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan.
Patrick, let me ask you just a couple of things here. We're seeing lots of reports of anywhere from ping pong to golf ball size hail with this, and what we're seeing, and that's coming from the National Weather Service chat. We're seeing some really big numbers that are actually showing here on the radar, and that's what the NextRed radar is kind of picking up on size. It's not that size when it comes to the ground. I just had somebody that asked a question about that, and they must have a radar app that's showing them, 3.5-inch hail back in Franklin. It's not falling to that extent in size.
Right. I haven't seen any reports up to the size that I'm seeing on radar, which right now would be about tennis ball sized hail. But right, as it continues to fall, some of that will melt, some of it, it'll melt. So it'll be smaller right now. About golf ball sized hail is what we are seeing with this storm.
And another point about that doesn't mean that every hailstone is that size. That's just the largest of the sampling that could be anywhere from, nickels to quarter size in there too.
Right. There is certainly the potential for a variety of sizes with this storm, just as a factor of how hail forms within the updraft of the storm.
All right. Well, very good. Thanks for spending a little extra time there. Meteorologist Patrick McMillan joining us here as we continue the conversation about the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, this is just the very corner. We're going to let radio go here in just a second and stay with the Rutherford Weather Channel. But this hail core is getting ready to move through Nolensville, and so that means Smyrna, Laverne next. And if it continues on this track, it looks like it may go somewhere between Smyrna and, well, let's see, Smyrna and Florence. So that would be like the Roselawn Funeral Home. And if it continued on, it would be maybe Sulphur Springs Road and Shacklet Road, and then Central Valley through Walter Hill if it continued to go through the county, and then on to Las Casas. Something we'll have to continue to watch, but right now the warning is for the far northwestern corner of Rutherford County. This includes much of Smyrna, really from Sharp Springs Park to the east. You're not in this warning. You probably will be in the next one. And John Coleman School, Fate Sanders, but anywhere east of that and in Laverne, you're under this severe thunderstorm warning. This will be in effect here again for another half an hour, just over a half an hour, and we'll see if that's extended. This really big hail core moving through Franklin, really from Franklin to Nolensville. Lots of hail falling with these storms. We're getting lots of photos of the hailstones, and they are definitely ping pong to golf ball size. So stay with us. We'll continue to keep you updated. We'll let radio break away here and go back to regular programming. Okay. Back here just on the Rutherford Weather Channel now. We kind of worked this out to where, even if you're out and about, you're going to get, we just had a new warning pop up here. Let me take a look at that and be right back with you here. Okay, needed to make a few little changes there. So let's take a look at this new severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. Severe thunderstorm warning will go. Well, let me make sure I've got the right one here. Another half an hour, so 3:45. Considerable threat on this severe thunderstorm warning. Moving east at 30, golf ball size hail, 60 mile an hour wind gust. This includes overall down to Salem Elementary, Riverdale High School, really just across Highway 230, right along, pretty much right along Highway 41, so just to the east of 24. The Avenue, Lane Agri Park, St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital, MMC, Stones River National Battlefield, Blackman. Those are some of the areas. I'm going to wait on radio to rejoin. Well, just as soon as we break away, here we are again with a new severe thunderstorm warning. You just heard the information on radio that it's relayed from the National Weather Service. We're watching that here at Rutherford Weather, seeing this storm that has been producing very large hail in Williamson County. And that storm will be making its way here in the next half an hour to the, let's say, the northwestern half of Rutherford County. So think about 24 and how it splits the county. Anywhere from just south of Murfreesboro to the north, Smyrna, Laverne, you've got your warning that continues here for another 27 minutes. So what they've basically done is just extended this warning as this storm has grown a bit, and so were the hail sizes. Quarter-size hail being reported. Wow. A trained weather spotter, 2.25-inch hail. That's between the size of a hen egg and a tennis ball. That is some really large stuff. The report initially from this trained weather spotter to the National Weather Service was for 2-inch hail, and then it says actually 2.25 inch in diameter. So that's, again, between a hen egg and tennis ball. Just to kind of give you an idea there. Lots of quarter-size hail, seeing a lot of those. Someone tweeting out, well, that was fun. Not. Did you hear the constant roar that sounded like this hail as it was hitting the ground? It was just really huge. They have put in their freezer 4 really large hailstones there. So this is a hailstorm that's coming through. We don't get that around here a lot, and this is the second time we've had to deal with hail. The other was back on May the 8th, and that storm that came through Eagleville produced a lot of wind damage, some hail, but the hail that we're seeing here with this storm, much bigger. I mean, we were not talking about, ping pong, golf ball, hen egg size hail back then. Storm does have kind of a weird structure, as if you've been with us any time, Patrick McMillan talking about that, but it's much broader now. Let me just kind of zoom in on an area there and then go back to reflectivity and see, maybe on the back side, but just something that we have to watch. So let me give you some times of arrival. Let's see if I can do this in a little different way. I'm going to carry this through the county. Nope, not going to work out that way. Trying to give a larger area. We've got 2 different warnings, and they kind of overlap each other. I'll give you kind of a northern and a southern. How about that? You can maybe hear some rumbles of thunder. This is not cooperating. Apologize for that. I think it was actually trying to do what I had intended for it to do. Yeah, here we go. Have to make my shot from the sheriff's office just a touch smaller there. This is definitely going to be the northern half of Rutherford County that's going to have to contend with this, okay? Just trying to work out to where get you some times of arrival. Carry this out this way. That's what I wanted to do. Perfect. So looks like 11 minutes for Blackman. Leanna, 9 minutes. Mona, 11 minutes. Walter Hill, 16 minutes. Silver Hill, 18 minutes. Downtown Murfreesboro, 18 minutes. Compton, 22 minutes. Las Casas, 25. Browns Mill, 27. Takes it through the county. Kittrell, 35 minutes. And this is a rough estimate just to kind of give you an idea of how soon this storm will be in your area. If you live in Canesville, 29 minutes. Greenvale, 35. Floration, 36. Milton, 37. Reedyville, 41. That takes us on into neighboring Cannon County if this holds together, and this has been going for a long time. These times will continue to update. And again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. This severe thunderstorm is producing hail the size of ping pongs ping pong balls, golf balls. We've even had a report of between hen egg and tennis ball size hail. These reports come in through the National Weather Service, through their chat forum. Storm spotters, various folks post on those forums. There's some hail damage to a vehicle in Leapers Fork. They showed a photo of a windshield that's going to have to be replaced. A huge hole in the windshield. So if you can, put your car under some type of sturdy covering. Your car could be damaged by hail. Most likely will be if you don't get it inside. Here's another sampling near Franklin High School, and I'm giving you these because this is coming into our area. No doubt we're going to get quarter-size hail, and that's pretty good size hail for our area. So anywhere from quarter to maybe even hen egg size. That's 1 inch to 2 inch hail. This storm is being warned, considerable warning tag on this that continues for another 20 minutes for 1 3/4 inch hail. That's golf ball size. We may be seeing some of the reports come down in the size, which would be fine by me, but still 1 to 1.5 inches, maybe even 1 3/4 inch hail making its way into Rutherford County. The storm now well into Florence, Little Hope, Marathon Trail, Cherry Hill Estates, Little Hope and the Browns Chapel School, so out in the Blackman area, just north of 840, beginning to push in from the west to Amaville. Stewart's Creek, Rocky Fork, you've been in this for a while. Up through Smyrna and Laverne, the entire Smyrna-Laverne area, definitely in the heavy rain. And looks like 840 is kind of surrounded right now. So as 840 comes in through south central Rutherford County and then in about Blackman begins its northward turn, that entire area has hail. Now we've got a flood advisory as well that's been issued. Let me briefly give you the details on that because we have seen a lot of rainfall, that's for sure. Flood watch, of course, flood advisory. Here we go. Flood advisory, Rutherford County until 6:30, minor flooding and low-lying and poor drainage areas. This is something we're going to have to contend with. I also want to make sure that you understand that this is not the end in terms of the storms. We'll get this storm out of here and zoom on out. You can see there's nothing back to the west. From Memphis to Dyersburg to Dixon, there's nothing there. But our next system that will come through during the overnight hours is now severe back in Missouri. And that is going to cause us problems tonight. That looks like our problem child from, say, 10, 11 o'clock tonight till about 1, 2 in the morning. Damaging straight line winds, hail, possibility of tornadoes with that, flooding rains. So we will get a brief break, it would appear. Got some really strong winds. There's a sampling of at least 65-mile-an-hour winds. Up near 840. That storm, we're going to have to continue to watch it on into the county here. So from the National Weather Service, meteorologist Ryan Housted says many reports capitalizing many reports of large hail from golf ball size and larger. Golf balls with some larger. So mainly golf ball size hail, but some have been larger. Also saying that watching the tornado potential, and that's what I was talking about, this has a hook. And in that hook, warm, moist air from the south is coming in, and then your rain-cooled air coming in on the backside, and that's what creates a hook. Well, it's got an inflow, but according to meteorologist Ryan Housted, nothing imminent. But it is moving into a better environment that has not been impacted by the earlier storms. So basically what he is mentioning there, the storm dropped hail, that kind of thing in Franklin, and then this little appendage kind of moved into that same area, so it hadn't had a chance to really gain strength. It could begin to do that in our area, is what he's kind of mentioning. This area has not been impacted by the earlier storms. He said the current radar depiction is not good for velocities, as it does not line up where you would expect any tightening couplet for a possible tornado. So in other words, it's side lobing right now and not a tornado circulation event. It gives you that presentation on radar, but they're not seeing the winds. There are some very heavy winds in there. Wind gusts have come down just a touch. This is up toward Triune. All right, we'll continue to watch that. Let's get back to the hail, because that's the big concern here with this. Amityville right now, large hail. We'll look at our hail product here. We're seeing some hail begin to fall, maybe from Blackman toward Amityville, but Amityville is just right now, this is coming up 8:40. Amityville is about ready to get into some of the larger hail. There's a huge hail core, really, where the largest hail is from Arrington to Triune. Put this into motion. The hail core is sliding a little more east-southeast. So if you're anywhere within the severe thunderstorm warning, you need to be prepared for some hail. Got really heavy rain falling here at the Rutherford Weather Center. And once again, if you're just joining, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Rutherford County. This in effect for another 13 minutes. This includes pretty much we'll call it the western third. Laverne has been dropped from that. So it's pretty much from Smyrna down toward Florence, Whitehaven, Battleground Estates. Downtown Murfreesboro is just on the outside of this. Let's see what the Rutherford County Courthouse view has to show us. It's really darkening skies right now. This is atop the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. So that would be Patrick McMillan working to get in touch with us here. Weatherology meteorologist Patrick McMillan with an update on this severe thunderstorm warning. It continues here for another 12 minutes. I did notice they trimmed off a bit of the northern extent of that very first severe thunderstorm warning. What's your update?
So this storm has continued to make its way largely to the east, whereas the warnings that were originally issued had a sort of northeast orientation. So this has moved out of the original warning now into a new warning that covers towns such as Overall and right up to the western edge of Murfreesboro, as the storm is right now making its way across I-840, even with a slight southeast component to its movement, making its way to the east. It's sped up a little bit, now moving 40 miles an hour, and it is capable of producing quarter-sized hail as well as damaging gusts of wind up to 60 miles an hour, which again combined can do damage to siding and roofing, bring down smaller trees and branches down off of larger trees. That hail can also do damage to vehicles that are left outside. So if you're in Overall or if you're in the western part of Murfreesboro, you want to be in a sturdy building and away from windows. This is roughly following along State Route 96 for the time being on the county line with Williamson as it continues again to make its way to the east-southeast. Now, again, it still has a shape that is fairly typical of a supercell. And again, with the environment that we're in, this does have the chance still to develop further into a storm that is capable of producing a tornado. But at the time, for right now, it is a severe thunderstorm warning, again, until 3:45. That includes west central Rutherford County. From Weatherology, I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan.
Patrick, one thing, I did just get some information from the National Weather Service mentioning that there has been a change in the SPC outlook, and there's now a moderate risk that does include parts of Middle Tennessee. I think Rutherford County is right there on the edge. Not that that makes a whole lot of difference, but it appears that the favorable tornado area has gone up to about a 10% for our area with hatched, and the wind, they've added a 45% chance of severe winds. So this is definitely a ramping up of this system.
Right. And you are actually right now well into the area with the 10% hatched, which the hatch, of course, means the chance for severe and damaging tornadoes developing in the area. And honestly, it's somewhat rare, at least from what I've seen, for the SPC to upgrade during the same day. Usually these are updated daily, and as it gets closer, the risk increases. But for them to change and upgrade this risk the same day, that is obviously saying something about the environment. It's showing a little bit more energy than what we've expected coming into the day. So yeah, as the storm, especially right now, goes through Rutherford, west central Rutherford County, certainly something to pay very close attention to over the next half hour or so.
Very good. Thank you, Patrick. And we'll continue to have him check in with us to keep us updated as well. For those watching on the Rutherford Weather Channel, you're seeing from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, they have moved the camera. It's now shooting toward this storm that's coming in with the damaging hail, but you're seeing mostly the roof right there, right? But they did move the camera at the Sheriff's Office to point in the direction. So let me just do this here. To point in the direction from the courthouse back toward the storm. Lots of thunder, lots of lightning with this as it's pushing through. The hail threat is down just a little bit. The considerable tag, I was going to actually mention that with Patrick a moment ago. When the severe thunderstorm warning was reissued, that considerable tag was taken out, and looks like the hail sizes are now about the size of a quarter. From meteorologist Ryan Housted at the National Weather Service in Nashville, mentioning that we have been put in this higher risk for the overnight storms. Wind potential, 45% of some significant gust over 80 miles an hour possible. So this could be some very damaging winds come through during the evening. A significant line of storms to move through during the overnight hours in Middle Tennessee. Tornadoes can't be ruled out. The primary threat, damaging straight line winds. But any storms that could pop up ahead of the line could carry a bigger threat. Hail also a threat, some significant possible as well. Just like we've been seeing with this supercell that is coming in from the west out of Williamson County And right here, kind of hugging 840. I'm going to make this box just a bit smaller so we can get in some parts of the county here. But what you're seeing on this camera shot right in there is the rain and hail coming in. Very ominous looking clouds out there. And again, that camera is looking from here back into the storm in that direction. Okay, so hail right now at MMC West Lawn. So that would be Blackman Road and Veterans Parkway. Some of the heaviest of the hail probably. Anywhere from Toots on Broad, Mitchell Nielsen, downtown Murfreesboro, up to maybe the Stones River battlefield. That kind of looks like where the hail core is moving through. Doesn't mean that other portions of the county, like over by the Alvin C. York Medical Center or up towards Smyrna, Laverne, Whitehaven area, Regency Park, doesn't mean you're not experiencing heavy rain and possibly some hail, but the largest hail stretches right along 840 from Amaville to Amaville to Blackman, Embassy Suites, the Avenue, Lane Agri Park, Old Fort Parkway, even down toward right around where Toots West is located on Franklin Road. So Franklin Road, Overall Creek Elementary School. Those are some of the areas, Blackman High School. Those are the areas that are in the part of the storm that is showing, at least on our reflectivity, that has hail likely. But you could be getting some hail even back down toward Windrow and Overall, coming into the area near Riverdale High School. But it does look like the largest of the hail is going to fall from right around maybe just south of Thompson Lane, if that makes sense. Well, no, let's see. South of Broad Street. That's what I meant to say. Looks like it may stay to the south of Northwest Broad Street. The largest. That doesn't mean that you aren't going to experience hail in other places. Let's take a look at the sheriff's office here, full screen, or almost full screen. This is the camera atop the sheriff's office. And it does look like we're seeing some hail there. Take a look at some of our reports. We're here on Rutherford Weather and on WGNS Radio. So if you're in your car and can't watch, or if that is your preferred method, we've got you covered in all of those places. Severe thunderstorm warning. This warning continues for another 3 minutes, so we are probably really close to getting a new warning issued. And there it comes. Rutherford and Cannon County just popped on here. It's going to take it through the rest of the county. NOAA Weather Radio is very important. I have multiple ways. You should have multiple ways of getting warnings, places to go that you trust, but that definitely wakes you up. I can guarantee it. So pretty much central Rutherford County, all the way in and through Woodbury. So most of Cannon County. The only areas, Eagleville, Versailles, Link, Christiana, Plainview, Fosterville, Short Creek, Midland, you're out of this. But if you live anywhere else in central Rutherford County, you are in this particular severe thunderstorm warning. I will tell you that this warning goes to right at, this new warning goes right along Thompson Lane. So from the Tennessee Miller Coliseum and Alvin C. York Medical Center to the south is in the warning. All the way down to Rockvale, Barfield, Gum, Big Springs, Floration. So those are the areas that are included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Another half an hour for this. Until 4:15, storm moving east at 55 miles an hour. It's beginning to book it. That's what's weird about this, the setup that we have today. We're seeing storms really slow down, speed up, change, that kind of thing. Quarter-size hail. So this is 1-inch hail. Thankfully, the hail sizes have come down from when it was in Franklin. We saw anywhere from hen egg to between hen egg and tennis ball size hail reported there. Folks are putting their hail photos. If you have any photos that you can safely take, hashtag T-Spotter, so this can be picked up by the National Weather Service. That is my Alert Rutherford, which is also a great tool to get your warnings. It rings my phone. Let's take a look at, we're back on radio after the NOAA Weather Radio alert went off there for you. Courthouse. Yeah, very heavy rainfall downtown Murfreesboro at the courthouse. Just trying to look to see if you could see any hail. Ton of rain. Could be some hail mixed in there, but not necessarily seeing it accumulate or anything like that, or falling and bouncing. You would be able to see some of that, I would think. They're moving the camera here to point now back from the courthouse to, looks like the west. I'm sorry, the east. Sometimes I have to put my finger in the air to figure out which way. Thankfully, it does not look like a ton of hail coming down at the sheriff's office there on Salem. Right now, the heaviest returns that would indicate some hail right around World Outreach Church, Cason Lane Academy, Costco Wholesale, and also right there where this camera is located. So that is the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office right there. So let's take a look at this. Bring it up full, if I can get it to work. Here we go. Yeah, it's really hard to tell, but man, is it pouring. I would think there's some hail in that just because you have kind of a, how the visibility has gone down to like next to nothing. This camera atop the sheriff's office building. That's where the heaviest returns are coming in. Really between Old Fort Parkway, St. Andrews Drive, down toward Cason Lane, River Rock Boulevard, right in the middle of that, Costco Wholesale, just crossing I-24 to New Salem Highway out toward Middle Tennessee Boulevard. Does it mean that it's not just pouring in other places, but that is the highest reflectivity for the hail core possibilities here. Just taking a look at some of the information popping in here. Murfreesboro hail, 1 mile west of I-24 and Old Fort Parkway. See if I can't pull this in here for you to see. Take me just a quick second to get that pulled up. It's not large. It's not extremely large hail. Wait on this to load. Go to the latest. Okay. Working on it here. Opening a new window. There we go. Here we go.
Come here, guys. Look, it's hailing a little bit more. Come look right here at the window. Look.
So
Look, do you see the hailstones there on the ground near the grill? Here it comes. It's a lot bigger now. Here it is.
it's pretty good size hail.
No, I don't want no cheer, no cheer. Yeah, it's a very interesting sight. It's not good for cars that are outside.
Boy, that is
There it is.
really, really heavy
Very,
hail.
very big. Getting bigger. See that? Yep. We'll go soon.
So that is the hail report. We're seeing that definitely at the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office right now. That's why that's pretty much all you can see. It's just gray. Not sure of the size of that hail, but we did see some that was pretty good size. So a definite hailstorm coming through Rutherford County. I would think that our greatest hail potential is going to be in an area something like this. So from Murfreesboro downtown south all the way out to maybe near Kittrell, down to Tulip Hill Estates, overall, Brook Hill, Stones River Town Center, Central Magnet School. Those are areas that are seeing the heaviest of the hail core that it would seem that would be moving through. We've also got down toward Barfield, which is why Barfield was kind of included in this. That little appendage on the supercell. But again, the National Weather Service saying they're keeping a close eye on it. Does not appear that it's going to be anything tornadic. Let's see. I can share this with you. That is hail reported near State Route 99 and I-24. This from Storm Point Emergency Management. Golf ball size hail. State Route 99 and I-24. So that's 1.25 inch size hail. That report came in like a minute ago. So let's kind of look in here. State Route 99 and I-24. So there we go. Need to go up a little further here, don't we? There's State Route 99. So that was right around where the sheriff's office camera is pointing. About to get a radar update here. Moves this a little further. Riverdale High School, Black Fox Elementary School. If you live near Bradyville Pike, Minerva Drive, Southeast Broad Street, Twin Springs. They have updated the severe thunderstorm warning, and that now includes the larger hail, ping pong size hail. So that's 1.5 inches. So it could be that size falling here. Look at the storm as it continues. It looks like it's going to go, it came in around 8:40 and it's going to go out down the John Bragg Highway. Not that far from Kittrell right now. Doesn't mean that you're not experiencing storms right now in Kittrell, but it's maybe 3 to 4 miles away. The hail core could roll through. It's exactly how we wanted to spend Memorial Day weekend, right? The highest returns coming in right now: Windsong Farms, Bradyville Pike, Dilton, Twin Springs. A lot of homes in this area. Black Fox Elementary School, South Rutherford Boulevard, where it crosses with Southeast Broad. And right as Southeast Broad turns into Manson Pike, it's kind of the same thing. If I can find any landmarks in here that are recognizable. Red Mile Road. So not that far down Manchester Pike or Southeast Broad Street. That's where the heaviest of this hail core is coming in. That was a call of just the update to the size of the hail. Train Weather Spotter reporting 1/8 inch hail and 1.5 inch hail, which is now what the warning is for ping pong size, maybe golf ball size hail. Some other areas, if you're not getting the heaviest of the hail, you could still be seeing pea-size hail, small hail, outside of where this hail core kind of coming through. South Rutherford Boulevard to Southeast Broad out toward Windsong Farms, carrying you right out Bradyville Pike to where Bradyville Pike intersects Wilson Overall Road. And it even still goes out a little further to the east from there. A lot of different things going on here. Hold on a second. Sorry about all that. Kind of gets crazy sometimes. Let's check in with weatherology meteorologist Patrick McMillan, and notice that the hail size has gone up a bit in some of the reports there, Patrick.
Right. I'm seeing, at the moment at least, some ping pong ball sized hail reports just to the south of Murfreesboro along US 231 and I 24, where those two meet. But also, it is capable of producing up to egg sized hail at this moment, with this storm continuing to make its way to the east southeast, roughly paralleling US 705 as it's made its way through Murfreesboro and into this east central part of Rutherford County. Again, this warning will continue until 4:15 for this storm. But on top of that hail, we also have the threat of damaging gusts of wind up to 60 miles an hour, which combined with the hail can do damage to siding and roofing, bring down smaller trees and branches off of larger trees. In that larger hail can do damage to vehicles left outside or potentially injuring you if you are outside. Now, I also want to mention that again, this is just a severe thunderstorm warning for the time being, but about 5 miles to the southeast of Murfreesboro along US Highway 41 here, there is some radar indicated rotation, but this is a larger scale rotation. So this is a mesocyclone in the storm, not indicative of any sort of tornado activity at the moment. Of course, that is why we are not seeing a warning on it. But as this continues through the area, thankfully it's supposed to be moving out of Rutherford County here within the next 15 or so minutes. But in the meantime, something to keep an eye on with that rotation and the possibility for a tornado warning to be issued if that rotation were to strengthen. But again, right now, just a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:15 for southeastern Rutherford County. From Weatherology, I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan.
Thanks, Patrick, for the update, and we certainly appreciate that. So right now, looking at areas, he mentioned paralleling 705, that's 70S, or the Bradyville Pike. I'm sorry, John Bragg Highway, pardon me. Bradyville, Bragg, that's kind of what got mixed up in the brain. So John Bragg Highway, that's where the hail core is kind of pushing through. So up next, Floration, Kittrell, then Reedyville, and we'll hand it off to Cannon County. Would like to show you some information from the National Weather Service. They have updated a briefing here. Whoops, didn't want to do that for you to see. So let's take a look together here. Situation report from the National Weather Service. They've updated this to show where this now moderate risk comes down through Nashville to Franklin. We're still very much in the enhanced risk. Don't get caught up into that. The colors and the levels, just know enhanced, moderate, that's a 3 to 4 out of 5 on the severe weather scale of severe weather. So here are the details. And this is big here for us to all understand, okay? Despite an active weather day, we are still expecting severe storms overnight tonight. So once this goes through, we're done with the hail, we're done with this severe thunderstorm, things will calm down. You'll think, we made it. That doesn't mean that that's the end of this storm system, okay? Damaging winds will occur. That's the main threat overnight, but all severe weather hazards are possible. That's large hail, tornadoes, flash flooding, all possible with this, okay? And kind of an update here. Focus your attention. See that green circle? Give me a second. So where I have highlighted Rutherford County there, that's showing anywhere from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That is our time for severe weather possibilities this evening, okay? What else is mentioned here? I just had to pull this up from Adobe. So Adobe Acrobat just popped into the National Weather Service chat. Confidence in a strong to severe thunderstorm line developing later tonight, still high despite good coverage of severe storms today. Forecaster comment. We are not done with severe weather for today. See that right there? Very important. We are not done with severe weather today. Give me just a quick second here. Also got something else to show you here. We'll get this out. We'll have regular programming on radio, take a break here on Rutherford weather, but we still have to get this storm through east central Rutherford County. Let me show you this. This is from Amanda Hodge on X off St. Andrews. Lots of pea-size hail off St. Andrews. That's what's being reported there. Main points from the National Weather Service on what we were talking about just a second ago. Just to kind of go over that. Severe storms are still expected tonight. We are not done. Number 2, we're expecting a substantial line of storms during the overnight. Main threat, damaging winds. Cannot rule out large hail and tornadoes. Flash flooding is also high. The threat is high as we've had a lot of heavy rain today. Okay. So that's the latest from the National Weather Service and some photos that have come in. We're looking here from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office camera, and we're seeing kind of some low-hanging, they call that scud clouds. They're just, you know, this whole storm base is rather low here. Couldn't see anything but just solid gray a few minutes ago just because of the hail that was falling. So where is that now? It's gone through Kittrell and Floration. The hail core out at the Vaughn Road slab, Cripple Creek. If you know where that is along John Bragg Highway. This headed right toward Cateston, Bradyville Road. And then we'll hand it off. Well, that goes, Cateston goes on into Cannon County. So this is the severe hail is almost through the area here. So we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming on WGNS Radio. Again, leaving you with this. We are still under a threat of severe weather overnight tonight. Late this evening through wee hours in the morning. Stay weather aware. We're going to have a few hours of okay weather here. It's going to be very humid, I would imagine, with all of this rain, right? And stormage that we had come through. But more storms tonight. Be sure to go to Rutherford Weather if you'd like to watch from the perspective of seeing the radar and get that same analysis that way. RutherfordWX.com. All right, back to regular programming on WGNS Radio. Here coming up for you. And we'll do that right now. Okay, radio is back. Make sure that we take a look here at what you're seeing. I have so many windows open on my computer. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping and expecting you to be seeing right now. Cooled us off to 75, didn't it? That was nice. Won't last long. So the rain has already come through. So if you're anywhere from 231 to the west, you're good. This is in just the far eastern corner of the county. exiting Las Casas, moving out from Sharpsville to Porterfield and on into Cannon County. Still in the heavy rain in Kittrell, but it looks like the hail, extreme hail portion of this storm has pushed through Kittrell and Floration and is now over on into Cannon County, just south of Reedyville and Curley. We'll keep this popped up here and come back with any updates. But this is pretty much the big show right here for now. Remember what I said just a moment ago. Overnight tonight, we've got to watch for severe weather. Look at the hail tracks. See this? Right here. Here's a hail track a little further north. Hail track. Hail track. Wow. That hail did pick up in central Rutherford County, and that's why the warning was reissued with the ping pong ball size hail tag. It had dropped off as it came into Rutherford County, dropped off to, maybe 1 inch hail, quarter size, and then ramped up a little bit. So let me outline Rutherford County for you here. That's Rutherford County. The severe thunderstorm warning is going to continue for another 5 minutes. But I think we're in good shape. Let's take a little breather here. And we'll pop back on before. I want to make sure everything is good and done before we end the stream here. It's probably going to be a 2-parter today. So hang in there. Stay with us. We'll be right back and continue to watch the radar here. Okay, we're about to get our break here. Just a very, very small portion of this storm, and the bulk of the heavy thunderstorm activity has pushed on out of Rutherford County. Still see it's a little windy. National Weather Service Nashville meteorologist Ryan Housted says wind and hail are the main concerns with our lone severe storm, and there she is, the one that came through Rutherford County. Things did kind of tail off pretty quickly after that. To the north and to the west. Remember, we had that storm to the north, and it is fizzling out. Now, we do have some warnings out in East Tennessee. It's over into North Carolina, it looks like. But anyway, for us, I think we're good to go. Again, later this evening, be sure to have a way, like tonight, late through the wee hours of the morning, have a way to get warnings. If you go to bed, have a way to get woken up. We'll be on tracking, Facebook, YouTube, X, all those places, Twitch, at the website, RutherfordWX.com. Share with friends and family, let them know. And we've been on this about 2.5 hours. So we've got the warning through the county, and we'll let you go about your afternoon here. But again, stay plugged into the weather for the evening.